and you were strong, and for your faithfulness, it's your time. You encouraged everyone else when you needed it for yourself. And I want you to know that for your faithfulness, it's your time. You waited and waited. You have waited for so long. You held on. You were strong. And for your faithfulness.
And for your faithfulness, it's your time.
You encouraged everyone else when you needed for yourself. And for your faithfulness.
And for your faithfulness, it's your time.
Age to age, He stands. All time is in His hand. Beginning and the end. Beginning and the end. The Godhead three and one. Father, Spirit, and the Son. He's the Lion and the Lamb. The Lion and the Lamb. How great is our God? Come on and say with me, yeah. Hallelujah. I want all the world to know how great, yeah. Glory is our God. Come on, stay with me and tell me, you know, come on and stay with me, yeah. You know, I want all the world. How great, how great, how great. Hallelujah. Hey, yeah.
Oh,
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord God.
whoa,
Oh,
yeah. How great
You
is
love.
oh, sing. Whoa, yeah.
Oh, He's a name above all names.
Name above all names.
Hey.
Thank you, Jesus, for the blood that you shed on Calvary.
and according to his own will. He's in the production business. Anything God can't produce, if God needed, God can produce it. He can produce a way out of no way. He can produce a lily even in a valley. He can produce a shepherd to lead the flock. He can produce victories every time somebody needs a breakthrough. He's a God who produces peace even in the midst of a storm. He's a God who masters everything because he's in the production business. And sometimes if you're in need of something that you need desperately, if you just call on me, as the old folks say, you got the number, just call on him. Just call him up and see if he won't answer you. Why? Because he's in the production business. Number two, I found out he's in the placement business. God knows where you can blossom at your best. He knows where you are most effective. He knows where you can hit a home run. He knows when it's your time to go up the bat. He knows where to place you in order for you to prosper and be able to succeed. I'm glad he's in the production business. I'm even gladder that he's in the placement business. But this same God who's in production and in placement, he's in the provision business because he's a God that Paul says supplies all of our needs. That's the reason you get rid of that wrinkle on your forehead and that frown out your face and get them eyes lifted up a little bit and adds a little sparkle to them. Why? Because, honey, the best is yet to be. I found out that there were some actors who made a movie talking about this is as good as it gets. I felt like standing up in the movie house and, oh no, this is not as good as it gets because eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither is entered into the hearts of men the things that God has prepared for those who love him. You see, God is in the provision business. Did he provide for you? Did he meet your need? Did he show up on time? Did he come through? You know that God is able because God is a God who comes to our rescue when we need him. No wonder David said, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Why is it that you're in a not want stage? He said, because my Lord is my supplier. He sees to it that what I need, he makes available. But fourthly, not only is God in the production business, and God is in the placement business, and God is in the provision business, but you see, God is in the promotion business. He's a God who, the text now tells us, that when we have been faithful in a few things, he makes us ruler over. You never have to be envious of anybody. You never have to be jealous of anybody. You never have to get your mouth drooped down because somebody else got blessed. You see, God has his own timing. He knows when the season is right for him to step over and add to your life blessings you've been hoping would come your way. That's the reason why I believe beyond a shadow of doubt that Jesus reminds us in the text that God is over the blessing business. He is in the business of recognizing those who have sacrificed and served and submitted their lives to him and walked according to his will. He's a God who says, don't get weary in well-doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not. If you keep on going, if you keep on pressing, if you keep on fighting, if you keep on struggling, if you keep on praying, eventually God says it will pay off in dividends far greater than you can imagine. And some of us are a witness that it pays to serve Jesus. It pays every day. Why? Because God is looking at your service. And God says, I've got some plan to recognize and honor you for doing what I sent you to do. And if you just be faithful to it, let me fight your battles. You just be faithful to it. Don't ball up your fist at somebody because you can't get back at them the way I can. If you just be faithful, I've got a blessing in store that I don't want you to hinder. I don't want you to stop. I don't want you to block it. You just keep serving me, glorifying me, praising me, and see if I won't open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. You don't have room to receive it. And it's simply because God says, don't forget who rewards you. Don't forget the one who stands at the end to recognize you. Live life in relationship to me. And all I ask you to do, I don't ask you to be Einstein. I don't ask you to be Spinoza. I don't ask you to be Plato or Socrates. I just ask you to be faithful to your assignment as a believer. And I stand prepared